Hi, this is Dawn Olszewski of DOstampingWithDawn.com, and I'm here with another How'd She Do That episode. And today I'm going to show you how to do this beautifully sponge background. It's a technique called Northern Lights, and all you need is some ink and some stamping sponges. So let's get started. Okay, we're actually going to start on this piece down here, and this was cut with some new product from the Stampin' Up! Holiday Catalog from 2015. It is actually a stamp and die bundle. The stamp set is called Jingle All the Way, and I love these greetings because they're designed to kind of fit in the framelit, the way the framelit kind of curves. And the framelit comes with 3 different images. One is houses, this is upside down here. And then the sleigh and the horse, which is what I'm choosing to do today, and then back again for these trees. So these are super cute, and they're perfect for our little snow scene. Now the reason I did that first is what I did is I took a piece that's 5 inches by 2 inches, and I cut that. Let's get the die out here. Take this off, and I just cut it like this on my Big Shot and a die cutting machine here. And so then I'd kind of have my mask, if you want to call it, for the next step, for obviously the sponging step. So if you place this on here and kind of pull it down a little bit off the card, so you can see here that I'm pulling it down a bit. Come in a little closer. And then I can take a pen or a pencil and kind of draw a line here. And that's where, I know if I pull my ink down to that this will cover it up. I don't have to ink the whole thing. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean when I say inking. Stampin' Up! Sells their sponges in packages of 3. And you can see I have mine kind of cut down here. So typically what I do is I will cut one in half. And then I'll take this and I'll either cut this in half again and then a half again to get 4, or I'll cut it into thirds. So I'll either get 6 or 8 out of each one of these sponges. So you can see a package will go pretty far. This panel measures 5 inches by 3 3/4 inch. All right, so I'm going to start with Daffodil. I'm going to open this up. We'll get it inked up nice and good, and then I'm going to bring in, I kind of like to use a lot of yellow. I'm using more of a swiping motion. I know a lot of people like to pounce. I'm less of a pouncer for this, and swipe and rub like a circular motion. We'll get lots of that yellow going on here. Okay. And this is the one that I probably use the most ink on, because it's kind of fun. As you start to blend the other colors in, you're going to get some color changes, actually. So next we'll move to the Tempting Turquoise. Okay, so now this really is that swipe, and I just want to kind of pull it down. I'm kind of pressing pretty hard as I pull down here, and we'll do this. We'll get some swiping in. All right, now I just have to make a comment that every single time I made this technique, it looks completely different. So I'm saying that so that you don't worry that yours doesn't look like mine, because it's probably not. And then next, that rich raspberry. Okay, bring in some on that as well. Ooh, there, we're getting that. And it's looking kind of like really Dawn. So sometimes I just like to even take the swipes going this way. If you were to Google Northern Lights, you would see so many totally different images. So then lastly, this is the one where I'm going to use lots of color. This is Night of Navy. And we're going to really blend that sky in. So I'm starting from the edges. I'm using a circular motion, and I'm coming all the way around. Okay. And you're going to see some of this kind of just start to kind of blend together a little bit. Okay, so I'm still going to pull in like this. You don't want to cover it all up, but you want to create that kind of night scene. And every once in a while, maybe just do that little swipe that I kind of did with the purple. Ooh, this is kind of pretty. And then sometimes I look at it and I go, I need more yellow. So then I come back in and I add a little more yellow. Because I like the way the yellow kind of pops everything, and it makes some of that blue look a little green. And there we go. Okay, so the next thing is we're going to do a little stamping. So I'm going to use the Stays on Jet Black ink, and I'm going to use, this is Lovely as a Tree. It's been around for a very long time. I still have my original wood-mounted one, which pleases me just fine. So I'm going to get this inked up really nice. Now the other thing is I did kind of create this little positioning template. It measures the width of this, which is 5 inches, and it's about 1 inch tall. And I found that was helpful for me in where to position my trees. Okay, so I'm going to just essentially kind of match up the bottom of my block to that. Give it a good pressing. And there we go. We've got our trees exactly where I want them. I'm using a set, another holiday set, because I liked the shape of these snowflakes. It's called Wonderland. And I'm going to use our Whisper White craft ink. We're going to add some of that. Now, if you've used this kind of ink before, you'll notice that it does take a little while to dry. So one of the things that I did is, first of all, I thought it was a little brighter than I wanted it to be. I wanted those to be softened. And it worked out perfect because I also wanted it to dry faster. So what I did is I flipped it over, and essentially I'm using my grid paper to blot that ink, which will help pull off some of the excess and which will help it dry a little bit faster. And see how soft that looks? I really like the way that that turned out. So we're ready to put our card together. So typically I like to put my cards together kind of working from the top to the bottom. And so I'm going to put our greeting and our fun little edge on first. Get that lined up really nicely. And then I can flip that over and add it to the next layer. This is Rich Razzleberry, and it measures 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And then we'll just center that in here. And then I have a card base all ready to go here that I've folded. This is Night of Navy, and it's 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, and I just folded it. And we'll add this. So if you're a new stamper, that's how I like to put my cards together, just like that. Isn't that gorgeous? So you might even have been looking at it as I was kind of sponging it, going, how is that ever going to turn out? But it seems to turn out every single time. So here was one that we made, and then on that original one that I showed you, that was right here. So you can see they all are the same, similar. Like this one is brighter, it's not as dark around the edge. This one probably is even more darker. So play with it, have some fun, because it's absolutely gorgeous. Now, if you want to stick around for a little bit, I have got a handful of samples to show you of these cute edgelits. So let me grab those for you. Okay, so remember the Jingle All the Way and the Sleigh Ride Edgelits, they are sold separately, but also if you purchase the bundle, you save 15%. So that is a little confusing sometimes. So right now it's on page 12 of the holiday catalog, and I'll pull this out a little bit so you can see. So the stamp set is at the top. Edgelits are here. They're kind of hard to see actually. And right above it is the bundle. So you could buy the stamp set separately or you could buy the Edgelits separately. But if you love them both, get them together because you essentially save 15% on both. So that's a really good deal. So watch for this kind of bundle and save. I'll come in closer so you can really see that. Now they are kind of sprinkled in and out throughout the entire catalog. I want to say there's over 10 of these bundles in here. So I was helping a customer of mine the other day order one. Which one was that? I think it was the snowflake one with the matching punch right here. So that's on page 25. Same thing, stamp set, but this is a punch. So sometimes it'll be punches that are bundled with the stamp set and sometimes it'll be framelits. So keep your eye out for the bundle and save. All right, so here's some fun samples back to the sleigh ride Edgelits. Isn't this gorgeous? I'm going to come in closer so you can see these beautiful cards. Love that. This uses all three of them. Now, I didn't make these cards. These are swap cards that I received from various functions I attended. And so here's another one. This has a silver foil on it that features the different images that come in that Edgelit set. But how fun is this? This is the red glimmer paper. And this one features a beautiful background. And the clever idea to have the village peeking through the window. Another one combined with that stamp set that I used with that snowflakes. This is the trees from that. And the wooden embellishments here. Here's another one that has an oval window in it using all three. It's kind of hard to see, but there you go. And some more beautiful backgrounds. Aren't these lovely? So I think what's fabulous ideas is this for that. You could get a lot of use out of that. And the trees don't make it completely a holiday thing. You could use this for all different kinds of reasons throughout the year. So I hope you enjoyed that. And have fun making your Northern Lights technique. Let's get back to what the original reason for this beautiful technique. And be sure to stop by my blog at DOstampingWithDawn.com for lots more creative ideas and inspiration. Thank you.